a creator.
I'm Zach, here to bring to what I've been thinking about, sharing about, talking about, listening to, reading about. It doesn't belong in math class and is not on a standardized test. If you're new to the channel, I invite you to subscribe. For you guys who are watching this actually on two different platforms. One set of you down here is watching me on my Zachary Watson channel, and the rest of you are watching on the Think Chair. I'm going to be inviting a bunch of you on the Zachary Watson to come over. But today I have Metaphysical Mike, so he is also a daily. Now, Mike, you do like 2 or 3 a day sometimes, right?
Yeah, I try to post at least 2 or 3 different times a day.
That blows my mind because it seems hard enough like just to do 1 a day for me. So to have more than 1 a day, like every once in a while I'll do 2 in a day, but that's usually like I'm on vacation or like it just I have a hard time being with that. But so I found Mike, I don't know, probably like maybe back in February or something. He's posting so often, and you know he often has really motivational messages. He's sharing his life experience. He's sharing his story. He's very spiritual in nature. He likes sharing some of the things that he's going through, some of the emotions, some of the things he deals with. What I really like about him that I would say is kind of similar to, which is similar to my vision for YouTube, is that not only does he share things that are inspirational, inspiring, but he talks about how he implements them in his own life, because I feel like there are thousands and thousands of people out there giving advice.
Like my dream, or is it? Do you want to know more about what my spiritual path is, my career, or what are you looking for in terms?
I'm gonna let you take that however you want.
Okay, so my mission is to. It's out there. I'm an out there kind of guy. So my mission is to inspire and heal millions of people through energy healing, life coaching, the law of attraction, and through writing books and really, you know, raising the frequency of the planet and putting people into higher consciousness and helping people raise into a higher vibration, a higher wavelength, and not be stuck in the old paradigm. So way of thinking.
Now, when you say law of attraction, I feel like you had said that I manifested you have you on this channel in the last 24 hours.
It was meant to be, because I asked the universe and I said, I'm so happy and grateful now that Zach Watson and I are doing a collaboration by 6:30, 7 tonight. So we're seeing magic work.
Yeah.
We're magicians. And the universe is our grand genie.
At the same time, I know one of the things I've discovered about the law of attraction is sort of, it's less magic than it's sort of advertised as. I feel like the law of attraction to me is like the day I promised myself that I was going to do YouTube videos every single day, everything started showing up as an idea for a video. And I think law of attraction is similar to that. It's like if you want to increase the amount of money that you have, just everything you think about every day just all occurs inside of the context of making money. So I think whenever we start thinking about something and using the law of attraction, it's really just we're training our brain to rethink everything that we're seeing and putting it in the context of whatever it is, that thing that we're trying to manifest.
That's really well put, man. And the law of attraction, I have some secrets, especially with money and stuff. Okay, so people who are watching this, some people are more scientific, some people are more spiritually approached. So I'm going to talk about the physics and the science base of money. So money, if you take a $20 bill, money is just, Albert Einstein proved the Newtonian physics, the law was wrong by showing that, E equals mc squared, that showed molecules move at the speed of light, and energy and matter all could, and nothing is solid and confined. Nothing is in confined space, and everything is constantly moving, and nothing is salad.
I think you just lost me there a little bit. So what was the Newtonian physics thing that you said he proved wrong?
Basically, Isaac Newton was trying to show that everything was just matter, and Albert Einstein was proving that matter and energy are connected or intertwined into one force, and it's the universal mind. So basically, if we think about
in front of us that we all recognize, and as if it were Star Wars, he came up with pretty much an equation that takes matter and turns it into turns it into energy, so that we can now think of things not only as he created a relationship between matter and energy, which
Not just the physical, but a subatomic kind of level, and as well as a spiritual and energetic kind of level.
yeah, sometimes I really do feel like we live in a world that's pretty well modeled by like Star Wars, where they talk about the Force, because I really feel like there are forces bigger than us that we don't recognize, that like some people really know how to manipulate well and manifest things and use energy and use a lot of attraction. I feel like that is the Force. And by the way, for people that are on the Zachary Watson channel, I'm going to end the stream here. If you would click the link in the bottom, you can watch the rest of the interview live, or if you're watching the playback, watch it there. But goodbye to you all over there, and come on over to ThinkShare. So one of the things I find interesting about you as well is like, you really, I feel like you're similar to me in that you kind of shoot from the hip when it comes to, I don't know how much you like rehearse things before you say them, but I know one of my favorite ways to, I think, create YouTube videos, to create live streams and stuff, is literally just like showing up, like putting a camera in front of my face and just go. About, share about, talk about, listen to, reading books. It doesn't belong in that class. It's not. Go away.
That's pretty funny.
But yeah, would you say that that's kind of similar to what you do?
Oh, that's 100% identical. That's exactly what I do. Probably 90% of my videos I've ever made is all on the spot, and I don't write scripts or write note cards. I just do it off the top of my head. I mean, I literally made a video that was called 10 Signs.
Like, this just needs to go on YouTube, and then it's like, whip out the camera, boom, let's do this.
Yes, and I'll tell you this. If you've noticed about my videos, I try to be in sync every single time. Like, I usually try to upload between 7 to 8, and then I try to do a video in the afternoon around 2 or 3. I try to be in sync and in alignment with source. So, yeah.
Now, when you say in line with source, when I was reading the book, what is it, by Jen Saracen something, it's You Are a Badass, and she says that source is what she uses sort of as a synonym to God. Now, would you consider, I know you're definitely a spiritual person, would you?
Consciousness and thinking. That's what I believe.
Now, do you also feel like, have you ever actually felt like you've channeled those specific, now would you call them spirits, or would you call them
spirit guides? Yeah, I feel it all the time, man. I always feel like either being channeled by one of my grandparents that died, or somebody like close to me. Sometimes when I talk, it doesn't feel like it's my physical body.
I want to talk for a second about astral planes. So I want to see if I feel like that's something that you're pretty knowledgeable about. I want to see if I can describe what I think an astral plane is, and maybe you can just tell me if
You're probably going to tell me in more of a scientific approach. I know you're more logical, rational, mathematical. I just know you are, which is good. It's good to be that way, but it's always good to have an open mind. But I'd love to hear what you think, Bill.
So I feel like I might have almost been on this plane, but so the best metaphor I could try to come up with when I was trying to explain back to my wife what she was talking about was like from the show Stranger Things, how there's like the upside down world in that show, and what happens is he's sort of able to exist in both worlds at once, but it's almost like he's tuning into like another for lack of a better word, plane. And I think, as a math teacher, and I've taken like multivariate calculus, I've taken physics classes where it talks about 3 dimensions. I think so many people are used to, say, in algebra 1 or 2, we have the X and Y axis, and we're used to doing 2-dimensional things, and that makes sense. And the moment we go into a 3rd dimension and it gets 3D and it has depth to it, that's when it gets really confusing. And I feel like the astral plane is similar in nature, in that we might not know how to describe it, but we know if we're on it or something. But yeah, the best metaphor I could come up with are like best idea that I had seen in pop culture was Stranger Things, and it feels like I think she had said some people are sort of able to be on the astral plane when they're lucid dreaming or when they're dreaming. I feel like I'm doing a horrible job even attempting
No,
to.
no, you're doing a great job, man. You know, it's I listen. You're amazing. That you've taken all these calculus classes. I haven't taken calculus or all these physics classes. I'm taking my first mechanical physics class in the fall, and you're ahead of the game. I would love to be mathematical, and rational, but that's not who I am. I'm a dreamer. I see things from a different perspective.
What so try to help us understand a little bit better. What is now? It also reminds me. My mom said to me once. I remember one time I was in college and I was so sleep deprived that I was like, I think 45 hours awake at one point. And as I was going to sleep, like I laid down to rest and I was like 5 seconds. I remember the experience like almost like it felt almost out of body in experience because my body felt so worn down. It was like almost to a point of being like numb. And when I felt that, I don't know how to describe what happened next, but I didn't like physically see myself in like third person, but I feel like I felt myself in third person, almost like when you can experience someone else in a room without knowing that they're there. It's like, ooh, someone's watching me, and then you look over and someone you. It was almost like I could sense like I was there, but I wasn't seen from a third person. But my mom said that she thinks what I was doing was astral projecting. Does that sound anything like astral projecting to you? Or
Let me just. Sometimes I channel to my guides and I get like really divine information and guidance. So give me 1 second.
all right,
I feel that this was more of a you didn't sleep well, you were sleep deprived, and I feel like you needed this wasn't a astral project experience when you were out of the body, so to speak. This was more of you were sleep deprived and your body needed to sleep, but you were having sleep paralysis. So basically, you wanted to wake up, your body needed that sleep, and you couldn't really wake up. You needed to, catch up to your sleep because you said you went about 45 hours, about 2 days without sleep. So that's what I feel like.
huh? Sleep paralysis.
Yeah, well, let me try to explain about a little bit of sleep paralysis. So, sleep paralysis, in simple terms, could be that. So this is what happens. So the frequency of sleep paralysis is about 8 to 5%, and a lot of the symptoms are inability to move. And usually, you get like a few million people per year this happens to. It's a lot of different tests and stuff going on, but basically you have these episodes that when you're not able to speak or move while falling asleep, but you try to wake up, you're in a dream, but like you can't, you feel like you're being like stuck or pulled into another, dimension or something, basically. But this is my opinion though. So, in the term of the astral world, I've been in the astral plane. I've seen some crazy stuff. But when you're going out of your body, I believe that different dimensions beyond the physical world, the three-dimensional world that we live in, because everything's just, can create other planets, can create other dimensions, and open up portals to other higher consciousness states that aren't on the same density of reality as we know. I know that's deep. I know it's a lot to handle, but that's just how I feel in those terms.
I thought it was interesting just now you used the word density, and it almost I don't know what it was about that word, but as you're describing it, it almost makes me feel like it's similar to like the Stranger Things, like the underworld there, the upside down world. It's almost like when you see someone like creating a video and they're able to have two simultaneous things happening in one sort of transparent. It's
We're in
almost like
sync. We're in sync.
yeah, and it's like when it's transparent, it's like it's almost like one has a different density than the other, and it's almost like able to slip through the cracks of the other one. That's what that sound. That's like what I was seeing as you're describing it. That was different. I'm gonna be doing a lot of thinking throughout this interview.
Well, you have to. Your YouTube channel name is ThinkShare. I hope to God you're thinking. If you're not, boy, we got trouble, man.
Source energy. So I wanna go into the chat here because we haven't visited yet. Libby, I got your message. Let's talk about it. And I apologize, I didn't mean to. Libby is one of my favorite people that comes on to this channel. One of these days, she's gonna be on the channel itself. But me and her have been working together to help her out at school over in the UK. Hey, Melissa. Young investor, personal finance. Hello, all. By the way, Mike, are you able to see any of the chat yourself?
I haven't actually. I just saw it. Let me give me 1 second. I'm gonna try to. Okay, here it is. Metaphysical Mike collaboration live. Give me 1 second. Yeah, it says 5 people are watching right now.
Yeah.
Yep, I see it.
By the way, people watching, feel free to ask questions because I have my own questions, but I'm pretty efficient at answering them. Oftentimes, like one of my favorite things is kind of asking like an open-ended question and just letting the person interviewing just go with it. And like sometimes it'll be like 20 minutes later, I'm like, that was an awesome response. But you answer them so efficiently and quickly, and then it's like, oh shoot, I gotta come up with another question now.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Let's talk a little bit about YouTube for a second.
Okay.
So when did you start your YouTube channel?
I think it was actually around early July last year at this time. Was it July 15th or 14th? I can't believe I had this channel over a year. Time just flies by, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, mine's just over a year as well. And what was it that sort of like, one, what sort of inspired you to do YouTube? And secondly, what was like that defining moment when you said, all right, I'm gonna pick up the camera and do it? Because I feel like those are two different things. Like, I feel like a lot of people are inspired to do YouTube and they dream about it and they kind of fantasize about it and they romanticize the idea of like, oh, what if I had all these subscribers and people watching and stuff? And then there's that one day when the romance and the dreaminess of it hits like the road and you create the account, and then maybe a month later you're like, time to start the dream, like making my first video, let's go. So what were the things that inspired you, and what were some of those defining beginning moments for you?
I'm gonna take time and really think this through. I don't want to just like rush it. I really want to think about this for a sec because we're called ThinkShare. I mean, come on. So I saw Infinite Waters and Ralph Smart, and I saw how big his channel was, and I saw people talk about the awakening. I started to do my own research when I was going through my spiritual awakening, where I guess we can talk about that a little bit later in the chat because, you know, we got a lot of time and everything. But yeah, YouTube started because I wanted to make a difference, and I was having anxiety. I was going through depression. I wanted to share what my spiritual awakening journey was like, and I thought there were people out there maybe who could relate. So that's why on my first video, I look like a mess. I said, welcome to my channel. You don't even recognize me in my first video. I wasn't even happy. I didn't have the confidence. I was like, hey guys, welcome to my channel. I could care less about you. That's how I felt, you know?
Is it public so people can actually see it?
Yeah, it's one of the first videos I posted. It's actually, I mentioned it in my most popular videos. It has about, almost 3,000 views right now. And what happened was I saw infinite YouTube subscribers. And I wrote that down in August before it happened because I'm a strong believer in the law of attraction. So I saw it before.
Wait, your first 1,000 was in January?
Yeah.
Really? That's surprising. I'm trying to remember how many you had when I first found you. I feel like maybe I found you maybe around then. Maybe around January.
I saw your comment on Infinite Waters video, and obviously I knew that you were spiritual because you don't comment and stuff and say that if you don't believe in it, you know. I mean, you're at least, I didn't know if you were on the same frequency as me, but I saw that you were into that kind of stuff. So I said, I'm gonna subscribe, and I saw your videos and I said, God, this guy's a math teacher. He's inspirational. I was like, so I was gonna check out your channel. I never thought we'd do a collaboration though. I'm happy to be here and I'm very honored, but it's amazing to see how the universe connected us.
Yeah, it's been really interesting. So like another person that he said he won't be able to make it on. He says hi, by the way, is Clifford Starks. Um, when we were doing our interview a couple weeks ago, we had realized that we met each other because both of us were commenting on Melissa O'Brien's video, some Melissa O'Brien video. I don't know if she's still here, but she was here at the beginning of our interview here. Oh yeah, she's still here. I had dreamed of many times. Oh, that she must have been talking about astral projection there. But yeah, it's kind of fun thinking about how some of us have met and where our connections kind of came from. And
There's no accidents. It was all universal.
Subscribers, and I've had a lot of rapid growth the past month. But I'm looking forward to the day when I think one of the things I'm gonna have to do is like as I keep interviewing people, I need to include like a screenshot of what their channel looks like, so that we can look back like a couple of years later and be like, wow, we interviewed each other when we were both at like just over 1,000.
I know that you and I are going to reach 10,000 this year, or 20,000. I know we are. I have no doubt. I believe it, and I can see it, and I can feel the energy, and I already know it's here. I see it.
I was gonna say when I hit 1,000 just before the start of June, I had been debating since like March of what I wanted my goal to be for hitting 1,000. Like, was I willing to put in the time commenting and finding new channels and networking and stuff? And then I think once I started putting in the actions, that's when I got lucky and had that video go kind of, a couple of my videos go viral just because they're talking about Pride Month. It's been an interesting process thinking about manifesting reality when it comes to subscribers.
You can. Subscribers are just energy. It's vibration, man. Money is energy. Your relationship with your wife is energy. It's vibration, man. It's all, I just lost.
You actually get to witness the
No,
totality?
I didn't. I was actually in film music class at the time, and a lot of people went outside, but I didn't want to look at it, And what time was it at? Was it like 4 or 3? I think it was at 3 or 4 o'clock. I can't remember. But I kind of stayed in the class and everything, and I was like just looking. I was just focusing, and I was saying, okay, I gotta sit in this class. Like, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna be good. But like, I just felt a crazy pulse. I felt like.
Now, what do you think? So, has it been the energy healer that you were talking about that has really helped you?
I wouldn't have made it without her. Yeah, she transformed my life. She got me to, first of all, forget women. I couldn't talk to women last year because I'm shy overall. But last year, I couldn't even talk to my own father. I couldn't talk to my uncle. I kept everything inside. And I think that really set off everything. Well, my birthday, by the way, is coming up. It's July 2nd, long story short. And what happened was I ended up last summer, I was like, physically ill. I like weigh 150, 160 pounds right now. But last summer, I mean, like June or July, I was like 150.
Tyler Lane. I don't know who Tyler Lane is. Yes, energy vibration, absolutely. You didn't know it. It's first energy bad. Right, creating this film, but I can't grandpa. No worries.
All right, sorry about that. I had no idea that.
Hey, Gemma. I don't know if Gemma's still on.
Oh, Gemma Grease. Hey, how's it going? I love Gemma Grease. She's like one of the sweetest people I've ever.
Sleep Master is geeking out over there. I don't know who Tyler Lane is. Do you know who Tyler Lane is, Mike?
No, I'm gonna do research one quick second. Okay. And anytime this kind of stuff happens, I have to research. He's a musical artist, 2 record labels. He did a few music in the early 2000s, so 2005. So
I feel like I'd probably recognize something of theirs. Sleep Master. That is awesome, Sleep Master. I know the feeling. I think one time, the most famous person to comment back on one of my videos wasn't. I think it was Grant Cardone. It wasn't Gary Vaynerchuk. I think it was Grant Cardone. Actually, another one was and I know they're not not nearly as big as Tyler Lane, just by the sounds of him, but Lewis Howes, he does a podcast as well.
I feel like I know that name. Give me one. I'm gonna look that up. I'm sorry. I have to know this.
He was in the Gary Vee book, Crushing It. Did you follow Gary Vee at all?
Yeah. Entrepreneur and everything. Yeah.
I feel like he helps me stay focused. He helps me focus on like good things when it comes to YouTube. I feel like one of the temptations of YouTube is to just like stare at numbers. Like it's really fun to wake up in the morning and just see the numbers grow by a little bit every day. But he made a video on Father's Day saying like, hey, I just want to shout out and thank you to all my subscribers. Your comments are my oxygen. And when he said that, I was like, wow, I've really just been focusing on the wrong thing the past, not the wrong thing, but like the thing that doesn't make my channel amazing. And I've been watching my like every morning I would wake up and check my subscriber count first thing, and I've changed that since I watched it. And now first thing I do is look to see who's commented and what I can be responding to.
I feel the same freaking way. The first thing I get up, like I like see who comment on my videos, and I get so excited. I get like a kid on Christmas.
Yeah, and like I know that I'm still really behind. I did I'm doing a book giveaway currently, and I'm still waiting for. I'm not really waiting for anything. I'm procrastinating in reality. And I gotta write up all the people and then pick them out of a hat. Pretty much, I'll probably just keep going. I'll probably just keep giving them away until I have no books, or until the point where
I got an idea.
A couple, yeah.
It's a pretty fun idea. You should take all the names, get like a wheel, and like spin it, kind of like that'd be a fun idea.
That would be fun. I don't know if I'm willing to put the energy and effort into making it look that fun though.
You can make it. I just think it's more entertaining. You could do it live. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, I probably would do it live. I think I would probably read the comments, write down the person's name, put it into the hat, and just keep doing that, and like sort of comment on some of the, because what I had asked for the book giveaway was I wanted people to say what their favorite video was, and I wanted them to say, give me 3 ideas for like what they would want to see me do on my channel. So I'm thinking as I go through each of those, I'll write it down, put it in a hat, and then I'll just keep drawing names until either there's no people left or there's no books left.
I had a really good idea for you. Sorry to interrupt you.
Go ahead.
So I saw a video that you were making. I actually saw this earlier about how you're making shirts and stuff. What if you can make inspirational T-shirts about math, and I could draw like the cartoons and like the different dimensions? Like I love that kind of stuff. I would love to help you out.
The interesting thing I've realized about math and teaching is I think it's really ingrained as a part of my identity, and I've been realizing that I don't know if that's what I want, is to have math be a part of my identity. I've been realizing lately, one of the professional development books that our school has given us is the book called Most Likely to Succeed. And these 2 authors talk quite a bit about what, hey, Ty Speaks. Ty, I sent you a link. Feel free to jump on if you can. Oh, shoot, what was he saying? Oh, so in the book, one of the things they talk about is really how test prep and standardized testing is really ruining education. And it's not just on the elementary or middle school or high school level, like it goes into the college level, and it's ruining people for the workplace. And I've been realizing that I think more so than one of the things I really love talking about on this channel is sort of sharing life experiences, being mindful, sharing what it looks like to be mindful, and share the things that don't belong in math class is part of my catchphrase. So I've been realizing I think it's a little bit more cheeky and kind of fun is at the end of it, and saying, instead of saying for what doesn't belong in math class, I want to say what you won't find on a standardized test. Well, let me send it to you. Ty, give me a minute. Looks like Ty's gonna.
Yeah, but we should totally, all of us should
dance it up in public and like kind of get like random strangers walking by, like their raw reactions. I've been having a lot of fun watching this guy Roy Purdy recently. Him and this guy named Jonah Riddle, and they have a ton of these videos where they're just dancing in public and they're having a freaking blast. And I had so much fun. I did a similar video, I would say.
I would like that. I mean, no, it sounds kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, I like to loosen up and get my funk on. Is Cash Marshmallow? Is that? Give me 1 second. Oh, no.
That I actually like listening to books, which I hadn't read a whole book from like age 14 to 22. Then realized I was a bit more of an auditory learner, so I've just been crushing books for the past couple of years, and I've totally fallen off the scene of electronic. But do you know like do you know Dylan Francis, Flux Pavilion, Skrillex?
Skrillex. They did that one song called "Cinema." You are my Hollywood. Oh, I love that. Is the best song. Cinema.
That is a really good one. You ever heard of Manic Focus?
I think so. Yeah. There's so many different bands I listen to on Spotify every day.
Yeah, Manic Focus is probably one of my favorites. Another good one is Vanik. I'm more into like the into a bit more of like a dubstep kind of vibe. Hey, Ty's here.
Oh my God, Ty's here! I can't believe I'm chatting with you, man. This is crazy. It's like a dream.
What's up, guys? How you guys doing?
Awesome.
We got not yet, but like spoken by the lady.
Yeah, we got busted.
I looked for that video. Like I saw like the comment and stuff. I saw like the comment and stuff to the video, but like, I couldn't find where it was.
Oh, it was more towards the end. It was like
I've had a couple of your questions, but I'm gonna ask a couple more to him, and I'll let you follow them up. So I imagine it'll be a bit more organic coming from you, but he's. Okay. I don't know if you have that list in front of you. So Mike, we actually collaborated. But these are his questions that I was asking.
Hey guys, I'm sorry about that. My whole entire lost Wi-Fi for a second. I have no idea what happened. Sorry about that.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Yeah, I no connection at all.
Time your list in front of you.
Yeah, I got it right here.
Go with the Zodiac one next. Is pretty much. I don't think I've necessarily asked anything else that much about.
Like that's freaky. How you know?
No, that's like you can kind of tell people sometimes. Some people you really can't tell, but like I feel like people that are like on all plant diets, like you could predict. I feel like a few other things about them, but one of them being they probably would introduce alcohol to maybe wine. Maybe you're a little bit older. I can imagine you doing wine, but definitely not beer. Probably not like vodka or anything.
Well, I can be honest with you. I've never drank in my life. Not there.
And I also did not drink at my wedding. I think we might add a half sip of champagne or something, but we made a point that we wanted to remember and enjoy and experience as much as we possibly could. So we also did not drink. And anyone going to a wedding or that's being wed themselves or maybe part of the wedding party, I think a lot of people, for lack of a better word, like a lot of people do weddings wrong by drinking when these are like the moments that they're paying an exorbitant amount of money for,
right?
And only come around once in a while.
And they don't even remember it after.
It blows my mind that people get like blacked out drunk, like
yeah.
But
it's pretty ridiculous.
What kind of things will you do to celebrate being 20?
I'm actually gonna go bowling with a few of my 10 close friends, and there's gonna be laser tag, and we're gonna have food and soda and everything. So I'm excited for that.
You know what you could do is
what if we could kind of have like a takeover channel where like next week or on my birthday, I basically give you my login info and like you like are live and like I'm not there. That'd be awesome. Facts.
I could imagine that. Now, would you want us to also kind of shoot straight from the hip, or would you want to try to give us?
That would be awesome. I don't mind at all. You know, I trust you guys. You know, some people I wouldn't trust my YouTube channel. Trust me. People in my middle school and high school I wouldn't trust.
Yeah, I could definitely see us doing that. Ty, you want to do that?
Sure. I mean, my brother and Steve did they used to do Snapchat takeovers to get like different entrepreneurs to take over their company Snapchat for the day or like for the week, and they would just pretty much snap like what they do during that day.
That's a really good idea. Ty, I was talking to Zach before he got on here, but all three of us should meet him.
He was saying, Mike was saying that he wants to learn how to edit, and Ty apparently loves editing, which, in my opinion, there must be something wrong with him because I just don't. I no longer see the enjoyment in editing. You
didn't enjoy editing that where you were dancing around in Boston?
All right, I kind of enjoyed that one. But yeah, I think the problem that occurs when I start editing is there isn't much perfectionism in me, but it shows up when I start editing things. Yeah. And it's like that's what I don't like. I like being able to say in front of people and be okay with that. Like,
yeah,
me too. Right now, not being perfect and showing your mistakes.
Like, I get so self-conscious about myself.
Right. I think my opinion on editing is, I mean, sometimes I will edit out ums and stuff, but I'm more focused on like trying to represent a message in the video at the same time as making it look creative and sort of cinematic. But I think that's just the filmmaker in me. Like, I love movies, so I think in my part, I'm just like, oh, I want to make this edit look as nice as possible. You know what I mean?
I would love to see that in my videos, man. I want to see it's really.
Say live about this, and he said,
Jesus. Let me think about that. So, like, you're saying it's a choice. Like, how long do I like how many years like left I want to live, or if I were to
no. If you could choose how long, like, you wanted to live, like to what age? Like, my brother said he would want to live to 200 years old. How long would you want to live if you had the choice?
111.
111.
And mainly because of synchronicity. It's a perfect
1,111.
I can't keep up with these humans that long. That'd be a pain in the ass. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I like your reasoning behind it too. And my brother said 200. I don't know. It was just a random number for him. But I was on the opposite side. I told him I wouldn't want to live for that long. I would want to die when I was ready to die. Just based off the fact, because I believe, like, if I'm ready to go, it's my time to go, right?
Yeah, all of us people die. I believe certain people's souls contracts, before they go into these physical bodies in these spacesuits, they want to live a certain period. And they say, okay, I want to live this X amount of years, or at least, and I want to leave behind. And so this person in my life can excel and inspire millions.
I like that.
Thank you.
That's pretty cool.
This is a really, I don't usually talk about this kind of stuff, but I love diving deep into cosmic
around the area. So I know you got some limited time, but another question I had was, if you don't mind me asking anyways, are you religious?
Actually, I sort of asked him that earlier. My bad.
Oh, well, what did you answer?
So I'm more.
If you're not religious,
I believe.
What do you believe in?
Okay, so I think some people are taught in a 4th or 5th grade perspective to think of God as someone in the clouds or someone with a big beard,
right?
In a way. But I feel like we're all God, and believe like He's just this one person. I feel channeled to other spirit guides or other people, masters of the past, and they come to you and they give you that drive. And same with you, Zach.
That's an interesting way to look at it.
Can a living person be channeled? Like, could you be channeling my spirit at some point in time, like while we're both alive?
Oh yeah, definitely. Sometimes I feel things, and I knew. Now, Ty, let me ask you this question: Did you feel like a lot of pain and like clearing yesterday? Because I know 20 people have felt that way.
Pain and clearing.
Yeah, like clearing of old or past childhood trauma or just like anger. Because I feel like anger, just these emotions of not feeling enough or being
Live streams, and we had some personal conversation. I definitely had some more clarity and some more. I was able to relax a little more because I knew the things that I was going through. Zach definitely broke it down a little more for me and helped me understand that, oh, it's just, step by step you can approach this, or it was just giving me reassurance that what I was going through, he went through at one point in his life or is still going through right now. So I think yesterday was.
I think my main problem. I think my main problem. Well, I can be authentic and honest with you. I know I never talked about this on any of my YouTube videos. I probably won't because it's really personal. But most of my life, I was in special need classes, and I had ACE, and I was having assistants, and I was in mainstream classes, and I was always pulled away. I couldn't go in mainstream. I wasn't follow me. I always had therapists. And a part of me feels like I keep having these nightmares. I mean, these special need classes where it's like the teacher's like, oh, like you're in this class, you belong here, you're not good enough. And, it's kind of this repeating nightmare. It's kind of this repeating nightmare. It's very.
One of the reasons that I learned was that the reason they would diagnose you with something is because teachers or schools get compensated for, they have it's like a relationship with the medical industry or wherever they're working
health
that young. You know what I mean? So they're going to do and say what they think is best for you. And
I made a video and I posted her channel for the past few times, this channel.
At the end of the day, like anyone can tell you who you are or who you should be or what you should be doing. But at the end of the day, like the only person's opinion that matters, and this is what helped me get to the next level, is the only person's opinion that matters is your own. So if you're going to sit around telling yourself that I'm not worth it, I'm this, I'm that, and like I don't matter, then that's ultimately what your life will be like. Yeah. And that you're gonna felt was the right thing to pursue, what he felt in his heart was the right thing to do. And now his business is at almost 3 years. They've got a ton of clients and a ton of work and a lot of hard work and a lot of failure, a lot of downtime. But my brother and his partner, their business is definitely kicking off, and it's only going to get better from there. So
I would love to meet your brother, man. He sounds like an amazing person.
Yeah, man, he's probably my number one influencer in my life. Pretty awesome.
So it's 8:09, and Mike, I know you said you gotta go. Do you want to go exactly at 8:50? Like, would it be better to come off like a minute or two early?
I can do at least. I want to do at least 10 more minutes. I can do 8:20. I can push 5 minutes.
All right, favorite snack? Go.
Me?
Yep, both of you.
Zach, you go first. This is gonna take me 25 minutes.
Yeah, favorite snack? Well, I feel like I go through phases of them. Currently, it's these like chocolate and peanut butter like wafer things. They're like Little Debbie chocolate. I forget, Nutty Buddies or something.
Dude, try the Reese's Pieces wafers. Those things are amazing.
Sound unreal.
Reese's Pieces wafers, especially since you're going through this wafer phase right now.
Is this similar to the spiritual awakening phase?
Yeah, it definitely is. Once you eat it,
you feel kind of like bliss and like, whoa, when you eat it. My snack is not going to be a normal snack. You guys are going to be shocked because I know you guys love candy and sugar and everything, but I really love avocados and like I love avocados. I love chicken Caesar salad, and I love mangoes and bananas.
I could be down with that. I'm a big fan of also chocolate covered almonds. So yeah,
I have definitely a big issue. I don't like mixing like
clementines, but my favorite sugary snack would have to be Twix. My favorite salty snack, salt and vinegar chips.
Vinegar? Did you say vinegar?
They're pretty great.
Us going to a supermarket or something and live streaming, and then we go in your. Let's not just say a supermarket or something really good. I mean, come on. Brownie sounds amazing.
Back when back in 2013, I was on the paleo diet for a bit, and I realized that the easiest way to shop is down the middle. Just go all the way around. I like meat. I'm not against meat at all. So you would get your vegetables, and then you go like towards the keep going forward, brings you like towards the plate. I think they're supposed to trust, and the vicious circle kind of just keeps going till the end. Till I have a lot of thoughts on public schools since I've been listening to this book. I don't want to go on a rant right now.
I know there's a lot of stuff you don't like about public schools. I can already feel it in your energy field.
You can say that for another.
Well, it's 8:16. Mike, is there anything else you'd want to sort of leave the viewers with? I think there's one current person on, right?
You know, everyone went. Everyone left us when grocery shopping because they got so hungry. They left us all, and one of these days in the near future, I am going to interview Gary Vaynerchuk. I am going to get Ralph Smart on here. I am going to get Victor Odo on here. I am going to get Tony Robbins on here.
Nice.
I'm seeing it.
3'6'4".
Zach, how tall are you? If you say 6'3", 6'4", I'm gonna freak out.
6'5".
Family is like 5'7" or 5'8". How the hell did I get?
I feel like I am just at like a general advantage, like every moment of
the worst part is going on an airplane in the leg room. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah,
I agree. That's probably the worst, but
that's some serious stuff.
Yeah,
it really is. All right, guys.
Yeah, it's awesome time.
It's definitely good to talk to you in person because I think as much as we see you live streaming and shooting videos all the time, it's always a slightly different experience when you're meeting someone in person. Someone else I'm looking forward to meeting in person, like talking with in person.
And it's nice to be able to just talk to you guys about anything and like there's no judgment, and like I love that. I need to find more friends that are on my frequency. Like all of us we're awakened. You know, Zach may not be more spiritually awoken, but he's still more open-minded and he sees things, which is good. You know, it's good to be logical and it's good to be rational at times, but it's always great to have an imagination. I'm not saying you have to be a dreamer, like where you have to like literally like spend long enough hammock and you literally like could go like 20 feet on the air. Oh, so cool. Imagine going in the water or like traveling like above like a city, like on a hammock.
The only challenge I imagine would be like the battery running out. I feel like they'd have to be like gasoline powered. Like I feel like you wouldn't be able to have electric drones like that.
Ty, I know you're gonna make it happen one of these days. You and I are gonna make that happen.
Hopefully, man, that would be awesome. I would love to see a drone that could lift a 200-pound man.
Oh my God! How about like a drone that could literally like lift a house?
What's the difference between a drone and a helicopter?
They're pretty similar in everything. I think pretty much though, a drone, you know, can feature like a king, but I don't think a helicopter really. Well, actually, I take that back because there are news, like action news and stuff, you know, who take cameras and stuff. But I guess it's really not attached. It's more externally plugged into for different like scenes and everything.
Right.
Drone is just
drones are just smaller
versus like in-person controlled like a helicopter.
Yeah, they have they're military drones, but those are manned by a remote. Military drones that are probably like a little smaller than a helicopter, like a mini plane, but those are military grade, so I don't think you can get one of those.
I like the question that Ty also had. What do you think are people's first impression of you when they meet you? Question to Mike.
People's first impression of me?
Yeah.
Like when they see you.
Probably think I'm crazy. Probably think I'm crazy.
They probably say that.
I don't know. I come off of not like as like an average normal person. I'm out there, so. Ty, you're out there too. We're both out there. I mean, some of the stuff we post is out there.
Yeah, some of it. And they would definitely think, I've got this a lot, that I'm like relaxed or I'm quiet or I'm shy. But I am quiet I can be loud. I'm super relaxed, and I'm just a mellow person. What'd you say?
I know I haven't spent like a ton of time with you, but I still don't think I've ever seen you really get loud.
Oh.
Hi, I can't see you as a loud person. I see you more of a quiet person. I don't know.
Like
No,
even in the video that you labeled as a rant, like you didn't get to rant status like energy.
Yeah, I agree. That wasn't more of a rant. That was more of just kind of just being. Wasn't really.
It was like a stern talking to about a subject. I don't
relaxed
like.
rant.
I've seen rant videos, and that was not a typical, like rant.
Yeah, I refuse to. I try not to get that energetic in a rant because I'm always afraid I might say something that would not be a good idea for me to say. So
right.
I
know exactly how you feel with that. Sometimes if you guys notice on my channel, I never like bring up like negative news or rant about, or it's not for me.
Yeah.
I'm all about raising consciousness and helping people expand into their dreams. I would never want to, put someone down or, you've never noticed that some videos that people have said mean things to me, or I could easily make a video about that, but I'm like, it's not worth it. It's not, because Ty, what happened was I had a really low cycle for about 3 to 5 days, and specifically towards something I woke up and did something, I just woke and felt like these spirits like kind of just flow through me, but like, like a peaceful way. Like I believe in angels, by the way, Archangel Michael, Archangel Yori. Do you believe in that, Ty?
Believe in what?
Like archangels and stuff, like angels, Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, all different stuff.
No, I don't think so. I haven't really gotten that. I haven't really dove myself that deep into the spiritual realm of things. One, I don't think I would be able to comprehend it on that type of level and be able to.
It's a lot to take in.
Focus on it.
Would you say you're more logical, inspirational, or more spiritual?
I'm a mixture of everything. I like to say that my main focus is to help people realize their true potential and help them unlock their true potential that they have. But that's where my main focus is on what I usually speak about. And then in terms of where I'm directed more towards, it's a real big mixture. Inspiration, motivation.
I've cried in a few of my YouTube videos almost, but like if I cry in a video, is that bad? I mean, if I get that emotional, I mean, it's real. I don't want to.
Yeah. Absolutely. But thank you for that. I appreciate it. I'm doing my best to try to get my dad's voice out there in the world right now because he's been he's been silent for his entire life pretty much. Once his engineer that he's in contact with starts making his music come together, I'm going to start posting his music on my channel. I'm going to start posting music on a channel that I'm going to make for him. I'm going to start making social media for him. And eventually he has a ton of ideas that we were talking about last night. He wants a Facebook page, a podcast, and stuff like that. So, he has a lot of
Your birthday show to happen because I could definitely see myself coming on live streaming. Maybe we'll react to some of your old videos and
I could literally see the headline: ThinkShare hacked Metaphysical Mike's account or something.
You guys have let's wrap it up here. So thank you for everybody that's been watching. No one currently on right now, so this will be for the recording, the playback. Thank you, Mike, for coming on. Thank you, Ty, for coming on and joining us. I look forward to doing this again soon. If you enjoyed this, I invite you to give it a like. If you dislike this, give it a dislike. If you like either of these two guys, I haven't put in yet, but I'll put their channel's description. And that's all for. Thank you for watching. As always,
awesome.
Stay